Hey, Sir David the Bard, you know it don't lie. This is what my garments look like now. This is a muscle shirt, but I don't have any muscles, so anyway. And the person that said, when I started making comments about am I an old geezer, and they said, well, with that blanket on you, I'm going to say yes. Screw you. That's why I'm wearing the blanket today, okay? I can be a geezer. I can be a... You can't. I can. So I'm more powerful. Anyway, Sir David the Bard, I'm coming to you from, I don't know where. I'm on the Learjet. They got little Rudy up there flying. He's never flown before. And he's hopping on the seat. He can't even reach the pedals. And I'm back here with a Valium bottle. I don't know where we're going. I know we're going to land somewhere eventually. Anyway. I wanted to continue just one comment here on the Mormon Church. The Mormon Church has never, in my lifetime, put out numbers that show they're shrinking. It's like, honey, I shrunk the kids. There's not that many members. I've got a link. You know me. I got a link down below from the Mormon Church. They've dissolved one stake in Salt Lake City, the first stake. They've dissolved a second stake in South Korea, and they've discontinued 3 or 4 other church supposed wards or stakes. Look at the paper. Look at the paper yourself. The Bard don't lie. The Mormon Church is shrinking. And when a cult shrinks, they put out more missionaries. Now, I've seen some of the missionaries. You know, I'm between Kalamazoo, Michigan, and Tallahassee, Florida all the time, and I see them walking. There's 3 missionaries now. There's not 2. They don't have anywhere to go. People are saying to the Mormon Church, we're not interested in a cult. Don't come to our house. So there's extra missionaries that the prophet Monson, who by the way is close to death according to the Mormon Church, put out those extra missionaries, and the Mormon Church has admitted the baptism have gone down. They have not gone up in relation to how many missionaries went out there. So even the third world is starting to get computers and go, get the hell out of here. Staring at a hat with rocks in the bottom is like witchcraft. Over here in Africa, we don't do witchcraft anymore. So anyway, they're not getting members. Members are resigning in the hundreds of thousands. And the best guess I used to give you was 4 million active Mormons. I'm seeing numbers all the time now at 2 million active Mormons. So it's shrinking. People are starting to get the picture. And I love dressing like that. I would take this. See, the old lady that said I'm a geezer, she wants me to take this off, and she knows what's under there. Nothing. You bitch. Calling me a geezer. Anyway, didn't hurt my feelings. Haven't thought about it since. Damn geezer. So anyway, the Mormon Church is officially shrinking. The missionaries are not getting the baptisms, especially in civilized countries. If you go to Africa and the people are still living in tents and you give them a peanut butter sandwich, hell, they'll go in the water. Then you got another name, and you know, the church is growing. Anyway, now there's something else I just wanted to put into this video that I think is funny. Now, maybe you don't. I told you I was buying, or I did buy a car over there at Ken Garff Hyundai, and it was a fiasco. Go look at my other video. It was a total fiasco after I got the car, because the navigation system wouldn't work properly, and like 9 of them or 6 of them came out, and they couldn't get it to work, and they kept saying it's broken. I said, I know it's broken. See, every professional I ever come across will say, it's broken. I said, that's why you're here. Fix it. Well, anyway, to continue the story, and I don't know when it will end, because I think I'm going to go down tomorrow and from another dealership buy the car that I want. Anyway, the salesman comes in after I turn the car back in and said, "Don't you want the car?" And I said, "Well, it was a nice car, but your manager there is a total asshole." He said, "Well, what happened?" And so I told him what happened, and that the manager said to me, you can't swear here, and maybe we should just give you your car back." "Oh, good, I'll take it, it's a deal." And the manager walked off. Well, we traded cars back. When you sign a car contract, it will say right on it, especially in Utah, Brigham Young was a prophet of Joseph Smith. No, it'll say on there, this cannot be rescinded. If you sign this, you own this car, and there's no cooling off period. And the only, now see, I read a little bit faster, and I have a little bit of a background in law, and so I read very quickly down to the bottom in the little small print. This contract can only be canceled by mutual agreement. No car company is so stupid to say, "Oh, we'll give it back to you." So out comes this state president, head of the department, superior president of this, state president, president of the weenies. I don't know what his title was, but he comes out walking like a Mormon. That walk is garments up your ass, okay? So anyway, he says to me, "Well, maybe we should just give you a car back." I said, "I'll take it." So I gave him his car and the key set that I had, and got back in my car and drove my car home. And I love it. I'm just driving it every day. And so I get this phone call from Ken Garff, Hyundai, and my salesman, Adam, super guy. I love the guy. I think he's wonderful. And his little sales manager, wonderful. They let me sit in a chair outside in the shade. We talked, we negotiated, we decided on the car, and those guys were just tits up. They were good men, honest men, and they were there to sell a car. If I swore now and then, and they would say something like, "I know I'm going to lose half my audience, but you got to realize, I'm old. I'm old." And he said to me, "This car has everything on it and in it." And I would say stuff to him, don't take offense, you will. "Does it have a little midget in the trunk that washes the car?" He goes, "I don't know, let's go open the trunk." These guys had a sense of humor, and you know me. I have a Filipino wife and kids, and brown people, black people, but I thought it was funny. And so if you don't, turn me off. Mostly like the BYU girls did. Anyway, I get this call from Adam, the salesman. I said, "Yeah, I like the car, but I can't deal with that general manager. He's a real asshole." And he said, "Well," see, I think the phone was on conference, so the salesman couldn't say, "You're damn right he is. I lost my commission. The agency car lot lost $4,000 or $5,000 in income, and he was a damn fool with no educational background. Just his daddy was a Mormon and gave it to him. He's a Mormon, and he's got no experience. That as soon as he said, 'We'll give you your car back,' he broke that contract. He broke that contract, and then I could say, 'I don't want the car.' Now the law allows us to separate, but not friends." So, poor little Allison, I told you, she had to clean the car out a second time. And so I went in and I gave them my key, and they knew. I think they were about to ban me. Maybe I've been banned, I just haven't got the email yet. Poor Anna. I know that she's thinking of marrying me sometime when Mercy dies, and she's just afraid she's not going to be able to go anywhere because I've been banned from the world. So anyway, I go in and give my key, and I said, "Now listen, I need a paper trail. I need something in writing from you that says we do not own that car anymore, are not legally responsible for it, and you're taking it back." So, and I took my little my little cell phone. I put it on record because I didn't want them saying I was in there being obnoxious. So anyway, they write this up, and they give it to me. I say, good. So I take it home. Now there's a second key. There's a second electronic key to all new cars. And Adam calls me, the salesman, and he said, well, you think you could bring that other key down? I said, you know, I'm not sure where that key is. I don't know how much it costs a dealer, but I know an electronic key is between $200 and $500. One key when it's programmed. So he said, well, is there anything we can do for you? I said, well, yeah, there is. I said, that asshole that came out to my car with his state president smile and thought he was going to punish me, if he came up to my house and knocked on my door and apologized for being such an asshole, I could look for that key really, really hard. God, I might find it. I don't know. I've got kids and, you know, things get torn up in the house and but I could look really hard to find that key. He says to me, you son of a bitch. I go, I know. I know. He said, what do you want me to tell my manager? I said, well, I don't know. He says, well, they just had a great big meeting about you. Everywhere I go, they have a big meeting because they lost a lot of money. And this guy's a stupid Mormon, you can't swear in front of me standard, cost them their business. And we bought 3 or 4 cars there. We probably won't buy any more. He cost them a lot of money. So pretty soon, I'm driving, I'm working now, and I love my Bluetooth. Just push a button and you can talk to him and you can still drive even though I can't see shit, I can't hear. But at least I'm not over here trying to push the button. So anyway, calls me on my Bluetooth. And he said, well, we really need that key back. I said, well, I really need an apology from Mr. Asshole Mormon. Because I'll see what I can do. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Mormons do not apologize. They're never wrong. They're always right. There's no reparations. There's no refund of tithing. There's no official documents nowhere. You will never find in a Mormon official or generally a Mormon person apologizing. It's not part of the cult. They're not allowed to. That's one of the rules in the cult. So pretty soon, I'm still driving. Phone rings again. Hi, this is Mac the Knife. I go, okay, Mac the Knife. Are you the asshole that sat in my car? And he goes, well, yes. I go, listen. I said I went to 6 people before you came out and sat in my car, and finally you couldn't get the navigation to work. You all told me to roll up windows, turn off my radar, shut the moonroof, don't breathe, and just speak to it. Now, if you think that's the kind of navigation system that a courier is going to pull over to the side of the road every time an address changes, and shut all the windows, turn the radar, pull the plug on the radar and the Garmin and the rest of it, and just sit there and pray that maybe the computer will understand me. I said, if you think that's what I bought, you're out of your mind. He said, well, and then I said, let me tell you something else, my friend. I said, I've had a lot of experience with human beings, and you could have saved your company and your ass if you had just said to me, Mr. Bard, this is really frustrating. I don't know what's wrong with your navigation, but I'm going to find out. And I'm going to make you happy while I'm finding out. Would you mind taking one of our most expensive cars? I'll give you a Genesis for the next couple of days. We'll put this in the shop. And I promise you, we'll get this damn thing fixed and get this car back to you the way you bought it. I would have jumped on it like that. They would have their $3,000, $4,000, $6,000 profit. A car that was sold, now it's not sold. But see, he got his garments up his ass because he was judgmental about me. So on the phone, he didn't say, I'm sorry. A Mormon will never say, I'm sorry, it was a screw up on my part. So he said to me, well, I have standards. I said to him on the phone, listen, my friend, I don't have to live up to anyone's standards above or below or the same. I spent $30,000. You didn't do shit. And then you gave me a piece of shit and I told you it was fucked. Well, that kind of language at me, I said, it wasn't at you. I said it was at the car's navigation. I had no unwillingness or a bad feeling toward you until you judged me. He says, well, you have to live standards. I said, no, I don't. I don't have to live standards at all. You need to be able to be a versatile sales force that can take people in wheelchairs, people that can't speak good English, tall people, midgets, little people, and black, white, etc. And I'm pretty direct. And when you screw up, I'm going to tell you screwed up. Well, you can't say that to me. And I said, well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm going to say one more thing to you, and then that's all. He said, well, what's that? And I said, fuck you. I hung up. Fuck you, and I hung up. So I don't think a stake president has heard that language directed at him. This time, it was at him. It wasn't at the navigation system. So anyway, they're still looking for that key. And I don't know. I think if it's a brand new car, I think you can program the key from the other key. I don't know. But when it hasn't been, I don't know, registered, turned on, whoever knows. But I'd look for that key. Man, I'd tear this house apart, find that key. If he sent me an email, or he sent me, you know, $1 million, or he just simply knocked on my door and said, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Say, hey, don't worry about it. Let me see if I can find that key around the house here somewhere. So anyway, I just wanted to end this particular video with the latest update on Ken Garff and their sales. I think it's the sales manager or the district manager. Mormons, you know, they always manage more and more and more, which is they're not managing anything in the first place. But now, if there was something, they would be the second or third in command. So anyway, I just told him fuck you and hung up. I'm not going to do it. You know what? I called another car company. They got the exact same car, $8,000 less than Ken Garff. And they said, can you come down Monday and pick it up? I said, probably. Probably. I'll be right down. Who won? The Mormon Church? The Mormon Standards? The Mormons, you can't speak like that in front of me? I can speak like that in front of everybody. There may be consequences. If I say to a judge, fuck you, I could be in for contempt, but I can say it. It is America, and it's my standard. I worked construction most of my life, and you know, you didn't say 8 words without swearing, and I still do that, and that's who I am. Well, he didn't like it. The other people thought it was funny as hell because they're all Mormons. And when I said to the young girl, remember I caught her hair in the moonroof? Shut the moonroof. Okay. This is how you get girls. She said, let me out of here. I said, well, fix the net. Let me out of here. I go, okay. I'm going to let you out of here. And I did. But if I'd known that when I was at BYU, I could have captured a lot more BYU girls. So anyway, I'm not saying don't do business with Ken Garff. I'm just saying I'm not going to do business with Ken Garff. And if you want to be treated like I was treated, hell, go down there. Go on down there. They'll treat you the same. But you make sure you wear your damn garments, and you make sure that you don't swear, and you make sure that you don't have cigarette breath, or that you go for a drink, you know, with lunch or whatever. You will live the Mormon church standards, or you ain't getting a Hyundai there. And I didn't. But hell, I'd look for that key, and you know, I should have said, you know, pay me, lay me, and ail me 3 times, oh God, hear the words of my mouth. Or I should have said, don't cut my heart out with a penalty, don't cut my throat, don't cut my guts out, and health in your navel, marrow in your bones, strength in your loins and in your sinews, power in your priesthood, be upon you and be upon your posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. Fuck you. The part is gone.